I bought the strategy guide just to piss off my dad. We were always debating who was better at the game, so I came home with that one day and said, here, maybe you'll finally catch up to me. He didn't think it was funny at all, so I still have it. Didn't accept my gift. It's pretty rude, really.
You just go on about your way. We don't need any dragon-taming witches round these parts. We're decent folk.
And just like real life, some of the rural community doesn't share the same interests of the city. So she's probably right, because we're robbing her right now. What do you do? Now, you don't actually have to go get the quest for this, but I guess I will, just so you can see the dialogue. But that's the entrance to the cave right in front of us, where we need to go. You know, fine. Hopefully you can all understand me. Got a new Blue Yeti microphone for this playthrough. And future content. So far, it seems to be a lot better than the old Astro A50 microphone. Not surprisingly. Lucy, since you're so busy chatting it up, you want to refill my water cup?
Please, miss, can you help me? It's my wife. She's gone missing. I told the watch, but they wouldn't listen. They said she must have run off with another man, but I know her. She wouldn't do that. Please, I don't know what to do.
Just calm down. Where did you see her last?
She was going to pick mushrooms, but she should have been back hours ago. I know she didn't run off like they said. I'm afraid something horrible has happened.
Don't worry. I'll find her.
Oh, hi.
You have to put your free hand sanitizer you got at your door today.
I'm not going to talk about that. I already tweeted it.
But your YouTube fans don't know.
They can follow me on Twitter. That is my girlfriend, Socially Lissy, who's been in chat this whole time. She is currently streaming Animal Crossing. Not sure what her future plans are, but she's going to upload her highlight reels to YouTube, and I think she's going to do some stuff with plants, and I don't have a clue. But anyway, the guy's daughter's missing, so we should probably focus on that. Unfortunately, this cave is full of one of my least favorite enemies. I just call them dogs. I think that's what they're actually called.
Scavengers.
Everything in this game kind of staggers, so it's not so bad. Thank you. I didn't ask for a cat, though.
He wanted to see you.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my cat, Monty.
I'll pick him up now. Yeah.
If you're having issues, these are pretty easy to take out with the arrows, too. You just roll backwards and shoot. It's generally the strategy for any enemy in this game. Kind of like Dark Souls. Doesn't really work with everyone. Like the Desert Lord you saw earlier, they're the main enemy of the game. By then, you probably won't be using your arrows too much, because if you're like me, you're going to level up your melee. Got a little cave on our left here. Bunch of jerks. Is So you can just do power bomb. That's a big one. Oh, we got another one joining the party. All those power moves too, when you double tap on a directional pad, do more damage than if you just swing, and does more damage than if you just like stab with holding the directional pad. If you're really interested, you can actually lock on and see how much the color ring is affected, but I like being able to move without the camera being locked on one enemy for the most part. A little different when you're on the dragon. You do actually get to fly Airrock, which is pretty cool for a game this old. Here's a level 2 mace. So, can't actually use it yet, but we're getting pretty close. The purple bar by our health there is our level up bar, which just gives you one level up, and then you can input it into whatever you want. So here, I'll show you the damage difference. Kind of like an orange. That's still pretty much orange. Doesn't really do much. That was really not what I wanted. If you're one-on-one, it's pretty easy to be aggressive. But this is a half potion. It doesn't really do half, but it's close. Your health never increases either, so if you're looking at it going, they don't really do a whole lot of damage. Later on, they will. You can get armor, but I'll get it just because there's not much to spend money on in this game except weapons. There's also shields, but I never found a use for them. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're pretty terrible. Yeah. I can't imagine the IP for this game is going to come back anytime soon, considering it got absorbed into Warner Brothers, I don't know, 15 years ago. It'd be cool to see a remaster, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of community interest, considering most people haven't heard of this. Oh, and when you level up, your health fills up, so I shouldn't even have drank that potion. But yeah. So we'll just start right off with melee. Don't need this anymore. If there's any interest in this game beyond just this playthrough, I was thinking about doing some challenge runs or speed running. I did watch one speed run of this game. It's about 25 minutes long. It was full of glitches, of course. It's pretty interesting. I think if I was going to do it, though, I would try a glitchless run. Of course, that's going to make it way longer. But it's more my interests. Literally, this whole cave is just these dogs. We're pretty much at the end of it now. We'll probably knock them off the edge. Or how does this other swing work? Yeah, it does go that way. It's kind of funny when you hit them sideways, but they die, so they just fall straight backwards. I've probably played through this like 15 times in my life. You think I'd have it down by now?
You don't know how glad I am to see you. Please, can you show me the way out of here?
Just riveting dialogue. It's better than me having to read it, though, so I'll take it. That is not a real common mechanic in the game, being able to push giant boulders, but put it in there for a one-off for no real reason.
Ah, daylight. Thank you so much. I can find my way from here. If you'll come by our cottage later, I'd like to find some way to repay you.
I think that sounds like a sexual favor. But I think we'll just stick with her dad's money. I do not know Rin's sexual orientation. This is actually the second game in the series, too. The original one was PC only. It's called Order the Flame.
Thank you so much for finding her. Please, accept this from both of us. It's not nearly enough, but I'm afraid it's all we have.
I've never gotten to play Order the Flame. I've never seen a physical copy, and I've never been able to find a proper digital copy. So if anyone knows how to do that, that'd be awesome. But I heard that they kind of just gypped the storyline from that one when they got to this one. It doesn't really continue. I don't know. So we're gonna go back to the blacksmith and get a different weapon. The club's not bad. There's 3 different types. Well, more than 3, I guess, but for short weapons, 2 slaughters. Yeah, it's still 3 different types. There's 2-handers and there's 1-handers. 2-handers are 3 slot. They're usually stronger. But there's axes, clubs, and swords. Swords being fast, clubs / maces being okay, and then axes and hammers, stuff like that. Well, axes, they have different sizes, but hammers for sure are really slow. Of course, they do more damage, but it's just whatever your play style is. I prefer swinging really fast. But to each their own. Then we'll pray to the gods we get the chicken sound and we can just have a ridiculous first couple hours. Yeah, see, there's a load screen. But that one's not so bad compared to, like, when you'll see when we enter the swamp, it forces you to save and it's so slow.
Welcome to the armory, little lady.
Sell that.
What fine. Always a pleasure doing business.
I don't really need a longbow yet. I guess we'll grab our armor. 11. Yeah, we could take that, but it's not really worth it. We'll grab armor.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Then not much in the way of swords right now. Can't afford that one, unfortunately. But, yeah. Axes do a little more damage.
Oh
Probably
yeah, that's a good one.
run into durability before we leave the swamp. It's
careful
pretty
out there.
long.
Oh, that blood can get slippery.
Not just 11, not just 9. We'll just keep that as a backup. I'm not gonna bother with it yet. Yeah, you can see my appearance has changed. I can't really show you the front of me. Maybe if I... Oh, that's not what I want. No, still can't really. We'll see it in cutscenes, I guess. Yeah, the camera's kind of weird in this game. It doesn't really affect anything. I'm not going to talk to every NPC because 90% of them are pointless. Hopefully I get all the ones I'm supposed to, though. We're going to head into our first, I don't know what I call it. It's our second area. I was going to call it a dungeon, but not really. Everything in this game kind of takes place in like a cave. Each encounter.
You sure you want to go through there? The Trogs cut a patrol to pieces just last week, and that was 7 armed men.
I know what I'm doing. Just let me through.
Whatever you say, miss.
There's a few, like, there's 2, I think, side missions here. One's find a guy's daughter again. The second one, it's this guy called Sir Nicholas the Bold. He's quite the character, but he's just to get the elemental sword, the first one. So I'm gonna speed this up. This is much faster, believe it or not, than if I left it alone. That was a real problem the first time I played this. I didn't have a memory card, so I couldn't get past this part. We had to start over. Now I got 2. But I'm not even using the PlayStation. Yeah, you can imagine how slow this would be. I might even cut these out of the video. Oh, I didn't even press the button apparently. Should have.
What sort of place have
It's
you
not
sent me
working.
to, Alan?
That's why it was so slow.
Are you alright? You really shouldn't be out here, you know.
I think I have to click on the
I have to
window.
find my daughter, Samira. The Trogs grabbed her right from her home.
Easy.
There. Should work when I
You're
press
just gonna
tab
get
now.
yourself killed if you stay out here without weapons. I'll try to find her. You just stay put.
Okay, let's just check. Oh yeah.
I don't like the look of this.
So should be able to speed up those cutscenes properly, not cutscenes, dialogue properly. That gate is the exit. Every cave kind of just loops around, for the most part anyway. These are trogs down here. Tree frogs. Almost got stuck on a tree stump. There's a few different kinds. There's brown ones, they're the big strong brute, if you will. There's green ones, which are just standard, but then there's green ones that are also like mages. We're gonna fight everything, because you can't level up everything max in this game that I've been able to anyway. You only really can level up one set of skills to the max, and the second one pretty high. If you're focused on all 3, you're just gonna be kind of average overall. I don't find magic to be too important, but I think it could get really strong. I've just never really tried it. So there's the mage. If you get really close to them, they won't bother with you. Which is handy. As long as these guys don't get too close. No. Okay, that's where we came down. Oh, no, we came down there. It's just a little hut. Hopefully full of some loot. They're affected the same way like the dogs are. Not every enemy will do that, but for the most part they will. We got a free rusty short sword. It's pretty bad. Probably end up dropping it before we leave. We're also going to run into a different kind of barrel here soon. That if you hit them, they explode. Luckily, they're pretty easy to see. The first time I went through this game, I didn't know you could directionally hit. So all I was doing was this, trying to do my best not to smack them. I'd constantly blow myself up, which is pretty frustrating. Just like at the start of the game, though, she doesn't really like grabbing things. You can do a backflip, and that tends to work pretty good. Of course, if we go up here, we're going to have to backtrack all the way at the bottom, but no big deal. Maybe you just need to put your weapon away. She can do it with a weapon, but those are the explosive barrels I was talking about. Wouldn't recommend. Yeah, we'll come back and check all these spots out. Make sure we don't miss anything. I'm gonna save state that. Oop. Forgot that my save state button is the same as my change scene button. Did not think that one through. Maybe we will use the actual in-game saves until I fix that. Depending how fast we can make them. Should be turbo right now. Now it should be normal. There we go. See, she will grab with the weapon. She just doesn't like it. I don't know. Now you would think, who would be a jerk and put a barrel there? But it actually has stuff in it. Oh, and if you walk into a certain height of crate, they will just climb. I don't really trust any of the platforming in this game, though. It's pretty poor. What? If you go off the beaten path like this a lot, you tend to find things like invincibility and invisibility potions, which if you're new to the game are really good for boss fights. They pretty much just let you steamroll them. I'm going to try and beat bosses without, so I can actually demonstrate how to fight them. It's pretty much the same way I've been fighting everything so far. Combat doesn't vary too much, but there are a few later on that are either really strong or fast, or got some weird mechanic, like they'll disappear. They're a little trick here. Yeah, you can't get up this way if you walked all the way back, so we're gonna do some backtracking now. We'll hit all this on our way through again. Start. Try and not get smashed by a guy as soon as we sit down here. They kind of follow you. They're fairly quick. This one should be dead. That's not what I meant to do. What do you do? This guy just doesn't care, I guess. See you later. I know it's one of these huts that there's one inside of it. I can never remember which one. And we got our first mana potion, so the circle on the bottom right, that's our compass. The blue portion of it actually is our mana, which gets used up when we're on Arup using his flame breath or whatever power you have equipped. And in Rin mode, if you will, as you use spells, they have different mana usages. Actually, you can actually summon spells. There's two ways. When we have them, you can just go to them and press summon, or you can memorize what they look like, and that'd be a lightning spell, which I don't think is any faster really than just menuing it, but if you want to go more role-playing, you can memorize them. I guess if you're a mage, it'd be handy. You don't want to menu constantly. Third one, there we go. Just do that infinitely if you want. Yeah, randomly, I don't know if it's random, but they do drop things on occasion. Make sure you don't press your button. It's wrong, right in front of an explosive barrel, or put your distance far enough away that you can't.